Reform UK's deputy leader Richard Tice had been invited on GB News to discuss a UK trade deal with Trump, but he was challenged by Stephen Dixon while doing so. Richard Tice launched an attack on his fellow politicians on GB News this morning, branding Boris Johnson a betrayer of the British people and slamming Keir Starmer, before stating that reform leaders have more experience than anyone from the opposition parties. In a fierce backlash against the ex-Tory leader, he exclaimed, "There's certainly not going to be another PM like Boris Johnson, thank God." The Tories were disappearing down the plug hole. As he laughed at the presenters saying, "Johnson says reform is not a threat, and he doesn't think there will be a Prime Minister Nigel Farage." He listed why he believes reform is superior to the Conservative Party, continuing, "Boris Johnson betrayed the British people. He didn't deliver Brexit properly, and he opened the doors to mass low-skilled immigration, which has had such a depressing effect on wages and public services." However, Stephen Dixon questioned his authority, asking why he doesn't have experts such as a health spokesman or a Treasury spokesman, arguing, "You need experts on all of those issues to come up and talk to us on the show." Not taking kindly to suggestions that reform lacks the right expertise, Tice shot back that he'd run a multi-million-pound business which had seen its share price triple in just 4 years, and argued, "We've got more experience than anyone on the Tory or Labour bench." Stephen also quizzed why he hadn't shown praise for Keir Starmer for striking a deal with Trump, during the stormy discussion about the new trade contract between the UK and the USA. Tice suggested, maybe he's listened and learned from Nigel Farage and myself and the Brexiteers, adding that Brexit made it possible for Britain to strike the deal with Trump, which the US president has described as the first of its kind. Under the terms of the new agreement, US tariffs on UK goods will be set at 10%, while tariffs on UK steel and aluminium are to be reduced to 0. Stephen had concerns about certain consequences of the deal, worrying about chlorinated chicken and hormones in food, but acknowledged, "We're told it will benefit us and the United States. And, this deal saves thousands of jobs in the steel industry." Trump aside, Tice dissolved into involuntary laughter after being told Boris Johnson didn't rate the leadership he and Nigel had displayed, pointing out that the public had voted hugely in favour of reform at the May 1 by-elections. He dismissed Johnson as just a piece of history, although a frowning Stephen challenged, "But you've got some work to do, haven't you?" Tice defended, "Trust voters, they're sick and tired of being made poorer by ludicrous ideas like mass immigration and net stupid zero. That's why we're doing so well, because we're the party of common sense. We're the party of the workers."